Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing a sign for the sign of, I'm guessing it's Earth, because I've got a lot of Earth cards that have fallen out when I did cut the deck earlier. So I was going to do fire first, but then Earth came out first, so I have to obviously honour Earth signs. So we've got the Ten of Pentacles, the first card that I pulled, which talks about having money, receiving a gift of money, like an inheritance, or inherited gifts, like you may have a psychic ability that's been passed down. That's an inherited psychic ability, and you have no control over it, and you're trying to find ways to fix or observe or curb it, because maybe it's so much that you don't know how to control it. I can so relate to that, and I had a vision of a car accident with my son driving the car. That would be my youngest. He'd got his license and came round to show off the car that they bought, and I was really happy for him. And I wouldn't even get in the car with him. He's like, why won't you get in the car? I said, because Chris, that's my youngest, I see a car accident around you in this car. It's either been in an accident or you'll be in an accident with this car. And he just said, oh, Mum, you're just crazy. You're just talking crazy shit. That was back in 2020. I was 4 years out. He had the accident Christmas, the week before Christmas, December 15th, car accident. Car was a total write-off. He almost died in it. I hated that car. I was so glad he got rid of it, because I knew that then I would never be sensing any more car accidents, because this car was either in a car accident or it was going to be in a car accident. I don't know, but Chris was in a car accident and he almost died in it. And so then my mum broke her arm Christmas Day. Like, this is a succession of crap that went on. And then I got COVID, and I've been sick ever since, and I've been trying to recover, and it's been the longest stint of COVID I've ever had. It's taken me 5 weeks to get over it. I'm still not over it. I still have muscular aches and pains in my arm, my hand, my left arm, right up to my shoulder, into my triceps, into my trapezium muscle. It's all the way up to the neck, and I've had it for, I'm going to say, 5 weeks. I don't think COVID goes away quickly when you get older. I think it's harder to shake. And I was meant to go see a friend of mine this weekend for a walk, and I just went, no, you've just gotten over COVID. You don't want to get that back again, do you? She said no. So we decided to cancel. Long story short, these abilities I have can be looked upon as a blessing or as a curse. I see them as a curse. I don't want to have these abilities that stop me from getting into a car with my son. But then if I hadn't have warned him, maybe he would have been worse off if I hadn't have warned him about a car accident, because then he actually walked out of the car unscathed. And I did protection spells on his car. Every time I used to go near his car, I used to put a protection spell on his car. Just not on his side of the fence, it was on the other side. So the reason he got out of that is because I put a protection spell all over the car, but not, I don't know, I think I may have put a protection spell on his car side. But the thing that got hit was the right side. That's why he could still drive it home. Hence why I feel that maybe I saw this vision to warn him, so he was going to be always on alert. And if ever he got in a car accident, he would walk away from it, because I'd already told him that I felt that he was going to be in a car accident. So there you go. That's a bit about me. We've got a 5 of Pentacles here. Someone is reaching out to the church. So in the next 5 years, you're going to be very much part of the church movement. In the next 10 years, you're going to be quite wealthy with, as I said, money or inheritance. But in the next 5 years, you're going to reach out and try to help or give back, like I do. I do volunteer work at Lifeline. I'm reading a book right now on how to stop people that are suicidal. Everyone in their lifetime becomes suicidal because of loss of job, loss of relationship, loss of something. And I want to know how to deal with these people, because I work in a place where people are coming to buy second-hand furniture because they've just lost a job, they've lost a relationship, they've lost their kids, and they can't afford to feed their kids, they can't afford to give their kids what they need. So they go to a second-hand shop like Lifeline, which whenever you pay for something from Lifeline, it goes directly to the people that are on the other end of the phone that counsel people that are suicidal. So this is why I felt the need to go and buy a book on it. Anywho, that's what I see there. In the past you've got the Eight of Swords, which to me represents you are in a mental prison. You were in a mental prison. Maybe you had a mental breakdown in the past. I'm talking about earth signs, and maybe you didn't know how to reach out for help because you didn't know how to ask for help. Because in your family, you didn't talk about it. It was shut down, and you were shut down. You could have just jumped from one little iceberg to the next iceberg because in your mind you couldn't do it, so you couldn't do it. And sometimes we just need a little push, right? I went through counselling. I've been through counselling for domestic violence and violence in the house. And what I found was I didn't want to be vulnerable. I hate to feel vulnerable. So when I got sick with COVID, I didn't want anyone to help me because I'm a pharmacy assistant A and I'm a disability support worker B. So I knew what to do. And I have a pharmacist across the road, so I can always talk to him. I knew I had support wherever I needed to get support because I didn't want to be vulnerable and go into a freaking hospital and get some other problem. So yeah, I think this is it. So in it's talking about feeling vulnerable and not liking to feel vulnerable, and it's to do with 8 weeks ago. So this may be and again, this is where Christmas happened. It's possibly 8 weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure it was on a full moon, and then he had the accident. People get sick because they're run down, because they're not coping with the fact that their kid got sick or their mum got sick. 10 of Cups is about family matters. In the last 10, I'm going to say moons, months ago, you had a great relationship and maybe that was working really well, but maybe that, because it worked really well, it's because you were trying to fix it. You can't fix family relationships or dynamics. It has to be fixed on its own. And you can't swoop in and save the day all the time. I've tried to do that, it doesn't work. And then somehow you get sick because you're trying to fix everyone else. Queen of Cups, this is possibly someone around you. You're an earth sign, I'm picking up earth. You've got a woman around you who is a Queen of Cups. She's a nurse, a youth worker, a disability support worker. She is extremely intuitive. She knows things before you even talk about it. She's got lots of people vying for attention, hence all the sunflowers around her, because she's trying to be busy, actively trying to help everyone. But in saying that, she suffers from burnout. So she's a loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive sister, brother, daughter, sibling. But she maybe takes really good care of other people and then neglects herself. So maybe she's taking a holiday right now. This is what I said. She's taking a time out from everyone and everything because she feels the need to help heal herself because she's had COVID. So I'm lighting this candle today. It's the Tropical Spritz candle from Kmart. And peach represents looking for love, thanks to my Christopher that bought me it on Valentine's Day. Yeah, if you wear peach, you're looking for love. You wear pink, you are in love, is what I got told. So yeah, this woman knows everything about everyone, and she's very intuitive and very emotional, but she takes care of people too much, forgets and neglects herself. Maybe you need to look after yourself. Then we've got 3 ships coming in. This is really cool. If you're looking for jobs right now, you've got 3 opportunities that are going to come in the next 3, I'm going to say, hang on, let me consult my diary. Wands. In the next 3 days, you're going to hear from job offers. Oh, this is brilliant. So you've got 3 ships coming in. Long-term, good money as well. And you may then want to move. You may want to just pick your bags up and move. Then you've got the Lovers, a twin energy. I'm talking to someone who's a prince. Yeah. I think he's divorced from one of them and separated from the other one, but he's got 5 kids from it because the first one was an arranged marriage, and the second one, she was from another country and went back to a country because she couldn't understand his concepts because he's from another culture and another background. I can understand that. I understand. I've been married to a guy that was not my culture and background, and it's really hard to understand it when you're from a different country. He's currently single, but he's alone. He's sad, and I think that he misses being married and having that person look out for him. He has twin boys, and it's picking up twins. He may have a Gemini in his chart. That's what I'm picking up. This particular Scorpion. Because the Queen of Cups is Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. he may have heavy Gemini in his chart, which is the twins. I've got Gemini in my chart. I've got two boys. You could say that they were twins. They communicate like twins. They are 22 months apart, but they communicate like they're twins. And one's a Scorpion and one's a Libra. And so one would talk for the other one, which is why the other one didn't talk till he was 3, because the other one used to mind read, or because he's psychic. He used to say, oh, Chris wants this, Chris wants that, and then Chris couldn't talk for himself because Miguel used to talk for him. And this is what twins do. They have their own language. And I believe in the whole concept of Irish twins. I think they were Irish twins. That's just my opinion. And maybe you've got someone around you that's quite motherly, that has kids of her own. This is for earth signs. You may have someone around you that does have children, or is about to have twins, or is a twin. And she's all about motherhood and being creative and success. That she's the Empress. She embodies the 4 representations of the zodiac. She's the Queen of Swords. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's the Queen of Wands, and she's the Queen of Earth Pentacles. She's all those 4 rolled into one person. So she's the Empress. That's who's around you. She's creativity, and she knows how to fix or heal things because she's a mum. At the end of the day, she's a mum. And one thing I can actually say in my favour, we had a family breakdown 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. My kids, not my youngest, but my eldest, always came to talk to me about what was going on with him, because he wouldn't trust anyone else with that, because my family are a bunch of gossips, and he knew it wouldn't go any further than me and him. To this day, he comes to me, and to this day, my other son comes to me. And they'll tell me about their deepest fears, their heartbreaks, their medical problems, because they know that I'm going to try and fix it, being a pharmacy assistant background and community nurse background. So of course I'm going to be trying to help them. I'm the mum. That's my greatest role in life. I actually went for a job interview and she said, what's your greatest achievement in life? I said, I had a child. I became a mother. She went, no, we're looking for career aspirations. I'm like, no, I was never going to have kids. So this was my greatest aspiration. So I kind of went, yeah, I became a mum. She must have thought I was crazy. I don't know. But I was being honest. I never thought I was having children. And I had this beautiful child that had a lot of issues. And I was just grateful to have, I was told I was never having children. So yeah, that was my greatest accomplishment, was having my beautiful first son, Mr. Miguel. And then Mr. Christopher. What your hopes and fears are is you're worried about your money and your assets. You want to make sure you've got a bank account. You're going to try and get a loan. I'm guessing get a loan from Centrelink or somewhere. So you've got a nest egg there. So if you ever get in trouble, you've got the backup plan. And I think that's really important to have a backup plan. You're going to start banking and investing time into yourself and time into your people. In the next 7 years, you're going to make sure you've got a huge bank account. So that then you can then afford to buy a home and to provide for your children, because you want a sacred ground for your kids to come to. Well, that's my goal, is to get a job, and get a house ASAP, and then get a car. House and car in the same package. You can borrow enough money to buy a house and a car. Then you've got the 3 of summer, which is the next 3 months you're going to have newsworthy births and friends. You may have someone who's having a baby right now is ready to give birth in the next 3 months, within the next 3 months. So this is between January, February, March. So April is when this child will be born, and it will be healthy, and it will be very happy and healthy, and there'll be a celebration. So now I'm going to shuffle these cards. This is by Doreen Virtue and Bradley Valentine, and this deck is by Lucy Cavendish and artwork by Celine Fennick. Let me just shuffle, and then I'll separate it and pull 2 cards. Oh, there's one that's going to come out. The littlest fairy. Yep, sometimes good things come in small packages is what I say. Oh, and the 3 graces. You're going to have a friendship that's around you that's going to be so beneficial to you, is that you'll be so grateful to have that person as a friend. This is the Colette Baron Reid, The Enchanted Map, also a part of Hay House. And I'm reading a book right now. It's called Death and Dying. I'll get it. I think it's an amazing book. And it's approved by Hay House, which is why I borrowed it. Mike Dooley, the top 10 things dead people want to tell you. I speak with the dead all the time, right? So I'm reading this book to figure out on how to speak with my grandmother. She visits me like once a month. She recently came to me and said, there's a storm coming, look out. And then we had those huge floodwaters, remember, in Queensland and in Newcastle. She was telling me there's a storm coming, and I went, okay. I was in the old house where we used to live before they moved to this other house where they were moved to a nursing home. And so, you know, it's an old memory, because I used to get bathed in the tub, the laundry tub in England. That's a common thing to do with kids, apparently. Magic stream. I was bathed in the tub. Spirit of place. And that's what they used to do. And she was telling me, she was, as I remember, in her 70s, before she died, with a blue cardigan on her, her big blue eyes. She said, Kelly, there's a storm coming. I went, what am I meant to do with that? She said, your mum's going to need your help. I went, well, I can't help her. We don't talk, we don't get along. We fight all the time. She said, I know that, but you need to be there for her. I said, I'm doing the best I can. I was there for her for a whole year. I've been holding her hand for a year since she died. I don't want to hold her hand anymore. She needs to fucking grow up. I was angry. I too have things I need to do, and I have to go and live my own life. I can't hold her hand the whole life. This is what I said. And she was upset. And then I had a dream about Harry, as in Prince Harry. He said to me, I miss Lilibet being small. And I went, well, she grew up. She's now, what, 3? I don't know, he's 5, something like that. And he's like, but I miss her being little. I went, yeah, that's cool. We all miss our kids being little. And he was showing me an old narrative, an old version of Lilibet when she first started to crawl. And he remembers her first days of crawling. He's saying, this is the memory I have of her. And I miss her being that small because she's no longer my little girl. She's now a big girl. And I went, yeah, well, yeah, they grow up. And then he was showing me his house and his couch that he lived with Meghan Markle. And then Meghan Markle all of a sudden jumped in between me and Harry because she was jealous. I was like, I'm not here to take your husband. We're just having a conversation. He wants to talk to me. And I just said, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head thanks to Prince Harry, because again, Harry is part of the royal family, and the royal family is part of the Department of Housing, and so is Charles, which houses kids that are at risk, and I would have been one of those kids. And so I was thanking him, and that's all I wanted to do. That was it. So we're going to see the 3 graces. You're going to have 3 really good friends around you that really want to help. Yeah, like-minded souls to work with, a happy workplace. A new community is being birthed, meeting new friends who feel like family. Overcoming trust issues with other people, sharing understanding and cooperation brings new opportunities, joint business ventures, growth of new friendships and relationships, bringing out play, delight and work is in tune with your purpose and talents. Celebration of new beginnings, dance and gentle movement. Synchronized fate of yourself with 2 or 3 like-minded beings with similar outlooks, training, ideas and beliefs, new business ventures, amicable interactions with strangers, and feeling happy and connected to female. You're going to have a group of friends that are going to try and help you. Feeling strong bonds with people although you've just met them, creating a working magical circle on trust, delight, security and friendship, rejoicing in femininity and feminine energies. And you've got the littlest fairy. My mum is a Taurus and her name's Pauline, which means small. So I understand why she got this card. And I've been trying to do fire all day, but I wasn't given the opportunity because Earth came through first. The littlest fairy is modesty, a delicious small sense of scale. Miniature, natural beauties that may only last a few minutes, dew on the grass, a rainbow in a crystal, a brief and gentle breeze on a warm summer's day, a reflection on water, a delicious strawberry, and a flower in bloom. A light moving on the periphery of your vision, signifying fairy contact. All these things are precious. Today make an offering and give thanks for a special treasure within your life. Be generous in your appreciation. Keep things small and beautiful. Something needs to be in miniature to be the right size. Do not criticize something. A gentle tendril of new plant pushing through soil for not being large in size yet. Break down a task into smaller components, baby steps, and give thanks for each small step along the way. Know that over the magic of time, small things grow. Know that some things are better for being small. They're not meant to become big. They're tiny and they're treasures. Being pushed to make things bigger, louder and more noticeable. Small is the way to go for now. Look closer at the detail and understand that your power of gratitude in terms of growth. Know your life is in some very small and very precious because of this. So yet value the little things. And then we've got Spirit of the Place, number 4, in the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. Yeah, our ancient ancestors believed that every place has a spirit looking after it, or embodying it, just as we have a soul. The plants, the trees, the birds, mountains and rivers have their own essences. So when the Spirit of Place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is that overreaching theme of your circumstances. It is your question about a struggle. The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation. If your inquiry relates to finding love, then embody love rather than long for it. No, once you find the essential truth that underlies your question and then name it, you'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is being just authentic self. Then we've got 18, which is magical streams, which is water. So if you're a Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer, therapy is water, having a shower is what's saying here. Yeah. Yep, magic stream. Every experience you have seems to have its own story with a beginning, a middle and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading to another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams to reality. So I have a shower every morning before I do a reading. The reason I do this is because I believe you need to get rid of the energy that you may have absorbed by being outside. When you go walking in nature, you pick up other people's energy. And in fact, in the Chinese and Thai background, they actually make you take your shoes off before you enter their house, because they believe you're walking, wherever you're walking, you're bringing all that negativity into their house. And I actually believe in that. I think that's actually true. Where I live, I wouldn't do it because I don't know if my shoes were going to be safe or they'll be stolen. But I believe that we walk on our feet and we're absorbing other people's impressions, and we walk into department stores and we pick up other people's impressions. I don't take the first bottle of wine from a rack. I take the third or fourth bottle because someone else has put their hands on it. I don't want their energy. But that's just me, and that's all I have for you today.